Is the screen visible to all of you? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Okay, I have to start resume. Oh, it has gone. Just give me a moment. I think I will. What do you see on the screen now?
It's not visible, Prabhuji.
Even Prabhupada's picture is seen, Prabhuji.
You are seeing? Okay. I am not seeing Prabhupada's picture.
Now we are not able to see, Prabhuji.
You are
It
not
has
seeing?
disappeared. No.
Okay. Now coming to my share screen page. I will rejoin the meeting. Let me see. Now you can see.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Let me start. So today we are going to see Srila Prabhupada migrating to Mathura.
From Delhi.
So last week we saw he was in Delhi. He was struggling. He was trying to meet so many people, trying to get donations to print Back to Godhead magazines, getting interviews with people, writing letters to various dignitaries, trying to get some support to make people accept that we need a spiritual approach to solve material problems. There are material problems. He does not deny that. But to think of material solutions to material problems, he doesn't accept that. He says, if you try material solutions to material problems, the problem will only increase, aggravate, multiply, become more serious. But you have to see material problems with a spiritual vision. Right? Now, all of you who are with us in this journey, either in Bhakti Vriksha or through Bhagavad Gita, you can appreciate that there is a higher understanding which will help you to approach material problems in a fresh way. which really can lead you towards a genuine solution, which itself will not become a problem tomorrow. See, today you see all man-made solutions, material solutions, how they are creating problems for us. I got a WhatsApp message, for example, few days back, where one doctor says that some years ago, when somebody comes with a lung problem, when we look at the lungs used to be pink. When we look at, the color of the lung is pink, completely pink. But with older people, there would be gray spots, black spots, and all those things. Sometimes the whole lung gets turned gray. Those things were seen in older people, and it happened mostly with smokers. Mostly it would happen with smokers or people who are too much exposed to factory smoke and all that. Certain chemicals which are contained in the cigarette smoke, they leave the markers on the lung, so the lung changes color. But today, the atmosphere which we are breathing, it contains the same chemicals which are there in cigarette smoke. So he says, every day, even a non-smoker is smoking the equivalent of 25 cigarettes. 25 cigarettes per day. And he says, atmosphere of Delhi city is worse. So even a non-smoker is smoking 25 cigarettes per day. So he says, increasingly we are seeing lung problems among younger and younger people. See, he says, usually a smoker for 25 years, he will display these typical symptoms. Someone who has been smoking for 25 years. Supposing you start smoking at the age of 30. So at the age of 55, you can expect to see problems. Congestive pulmonary disease or bronchitis or asthma, all these things triggered by this smoke and discolored lung. It loses its pink color. We would expect to see that at the age of 55. But now we are seeing it even at the age of 25. And that too among non-smokers. All the problems. Why at the age of 25? Unless someone has smoked for 25 years, he says it will not come. Why at 25? Then he says, actually a newborn child is also smoking today 25 cigarettes. So at the age of 25, the child has been already a smoker for 25 years, chain smoker. See, man-made solutions don't work. Why man makes all these solutions? Either to increase sense gratification or to increase your leisure time so that you can do some whatever you want to do, or he creates mechanisms for earning money so that the wealth can be used for sense gratification. So all of man's thinking is to increase your leisure for sense enjoyment or to increase your wealth so that it will give you more resources for sense enjoyment. So the focus is on sense enjoyment. You work to earn money and you use the leisure to enjoy that money. So the whole focus is that. This approach creates problems and more problems which are intractable. See, why do we talk about birth control? Why do we talk about family planning? It is simply because we don't want to share our resources. Simple. If more children are born, yes, that's the argument, no? One family, one child. Earlier it used to be 2 children. Long back it used to be 12 children. But increasingly we are becoming selfish. We don't want to share. Oh, my income is only this much. I can only support myself, my wife, and one child because I want to enjoy certain things. If I have more children, then how can I enjoy? So the whole concept of family planning is because of desire for sense gratification, selfishness, not willing to share with others. So we want to kill children in the womb, no? We want to kill children in the womb. Why? No. The man and woman were actually trying to enjoy, but somehow this baby has come. So we will kill it. There is no ethical, moral question there. It is obstructing their enjoyment. So our representatives, they are sitting in parliament and assembly. They thought, no. Why a man and a woman should have problem in enjoyment because an unwanted pregnancy has come in? We should allow them to abort that child. Why we should force them to give birth to that child. Arey, that is another life. That life has its own independence. You think because it does not come out, it has no freedom? You can kill that child. Same logic we apply towards animals and birds. They are also citizens of this country. They are also born in this country. So they have the rights of everyone else in this country. But we think, no, they cannot speak. We will use them the way we want. And same way the baby in the womb cannot speak. It's all manifestations of our selfishness. That we pass a law, abortion is legal. But God doesn't approve that. God does not approve killing children in the womb. How can you pass a law which is in violation of the law of God? Oh, who is God? We don't know. We are a secular country. We don't care about God. Don't bring God into politics or don't bring God into social life. Then where I will bring God? You don't bring God into social life, you don't bring God into political life, don't bring God to economic life, then where? You just lock him up in the temple, is it? God is meant to pervade our life. In every walk of life, we need God. In every walk of life, we need the scriptures to guide our life. So, all man-made solutions are actually problems in disguise. They will become problems. I don't know if I shared this story with you last week or week before last, but let me say it again very quickly. One of the gurus of ISKCON, he was in Delhi airport. Then that time Minister of Environment was a woman from Tamil Nadu. She wanted to meet him. And then she directly challenged him. She said, you people, you claim to be spiritual leaders of society, but the environment is falling apart. There is pollution everywhere. The air is polluted, water is polluted, soil is polluted, everything is polluted. What are you doing? With so much vehemence and conviction and anger, righteous anger, she was challenging him. You Swamijis, you are sitting in a corner and chanting and doing some bhajanas and pujas. What you are doing to the society? Then he gave this example of supposing a man's body is covered with boils. You will apply medicines on the boil to reduce it. That is for sure. And it has to be done. Whatever you can do, you will apply some salve, some ointment, something. You will try to cure him. Or maybe give a nice air-conditioned atmosphere so that he will not feel the pain from that boil and all. But you have to realize that there is some poison in his blood. There is some problem in his system that is manifesting as all these boils. So you have to give him something internally to purge the poison out of his system. Once the poison leaves the system, then the boils will not come again. The boils will disappear. Same way, the pollution, what you see in this world, is simply manifestation of the pollution within of man. Man's consciousness is polluted by selfishness, by sense gratification. This contamination, because it is there, it is externally manifesting as pollution of the sky, the air, the water, the ozone, the soil, whatever. And he said, even by some magic wand tomorrow, all you people clean up everything. The water, the air, the soil, and everything you clean up. Again, very soon it will become polluted to the same level and more. Because you have not cleaned the consciousness of man. And that is the small role that we are trying to play. We are trying to talk to people to purge that selfishness from their heart, to align them with God consciousness, to become godly. So he said, you politicians, you have your role, industrialists, politicians, sociologists, you have your role to clean up. And we are also, as spiritual people, we are performing our role to clean the inner environment. So that lady became satisfied that yes, it is true. We have to do our job, we have to do this job. Like that. So Prabhupada was never denying the existence of material problems. He did not say, no, all these material problems are Maya. He did not say. Understand this. We are not saying Maya for everything. No, we accept that there is a material problem. We accept that the existence of a material world. But we don't accept that misidentification of the self with the body. That is where the problem comes. Misidentification of the self with the body is the problem. So that has to be cured. And that is what is called a spiritual solution. So now we will see what happens here. Srila Prabhupada, when he turned 60, at that age when people will generally look at retirement, that is the time when Prabhupada takes the next step in his Krishna conscious career. So he decides to go to Mathura. So 1896 to 1956. In 1956, Srila Prabhupada decides to migrate to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan means retirement. Actually, many old people go to Vrindavan to retire. And they call it as Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas means, now I will never leave Vrindavan. I have completed my family responsibilities. I have handed over everything to my children. They will look after everything. I am now detached from family life. I am now detached from sense gratification. I have now nothing to do with family. Now I am surrendering to Krishna. I will now live in Vrindavan the rest of my life. And when I die in Vrindavan, I will go back to Krishna. Right? So this is a kind of a guarantee against reincarnation. You will not take birth again. Simply by surrendering to Krishna, living in the Dham, and leaving your body in the Dham, you will go back home, back to God. So that is why people go to Vrindavan. If you go to Vrindavan today, my God, you won't recognize between what it was even 10 years ago and now. So much transformation. So many skyscrapers have come up. People from Delhi, they are building a second home in Vrindavan. The prices of skyrocketed in the last 6 months, doubled. In which city did you see property doubling in price in 6 years, particularly in 6 months, not 6 years. 6 months, prices have doubled in Vrindavan. So more and more people are becoming attracted to Vrindavan. Maybe some people are trying to make quick money. They will buy and sell. Which other investment gives you double return in 6 months? So there may be, but the fact is there is demand for housing in Vrindavan. There are people who are now thinking seriously to settle in Vrindavan. But retirement, that is still selfish. I don't want to take rebirth. I will do bhajana in Vrindavan and I will die there. Go back home. But Prabhupada is not going to Vrindavan with that purpose. We will see. So one early morning, Prabhupada takes the train from Delhi to Mathura. And this is not his first visit, of course. First visit was in 1925 when he was a 29-year-old man. Already married, of course. He went with his child also. And there were many more visits. In some of these visits, he saw his spiritual master, Saraswati Thakur in Vrindavan. On the bank of Radha Kund, his spiritual master gave him an instruction that print books in English, give lectures in English, preach to the Western world. These instructions were given. Now, this is a very decisive movement to Vrindavan. That means Prabhupada has decided to make Vrindavan as his base, his preaching base. In fact, Prabhupada made a very nice comment. Prabhupada said, Vrindavan is my home. Vrindavan is my home. Mayapur is my place of worship, where I worship Krishna. Vrindavan is my home. We are all Vrindavan Vasis. We have forgotten. We are all Golok Vasis. We are all Vrindavan Vasis. We have seen Krishna going to graze cows and calves with his friends. We are in that group. We are part of that Vrindavan life. So Prabhupada said, Vrindavan is my home. And Mayapur is my place of worship. And Bombay is my place of business. Bombay, I go to do business. To attract people. What is business for Prabhupada? To bring devotees. To make non-devotees into devotees. And to make devotees into better devotees. So that business is in Bombay. Because Bombay is where most population is there. So Bombay, I go to preach and make devotees. And Mayapur, I worship. Along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, I worship. And in Vrindavan, I am comfortable home. So Prabhupada was at home in Vrindavan at the age of 60. But the purpose was not to relax at home. This is a very unique quality of this amazing personality who has come from Goloka. His only purpose is to deliver us. You remember last week, he wrote to Rajendra Prasad, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first president of India. He said, I have discovered a way to go back home to Godhead at the end of this material existence. At the end of this birth, in this material body, when I die, I have found a way to go back to Krishna. And I want to help my contemporary men also to go back to Krishna. Don't think I am a madman or some man with magical powers. No. This is the message of God which we can distribute to people and help them all go back at the end of this lifetime. So this is the purpose of Prabhupada. As we saw, a Vaishnava paradukha dukhi. A Vaishnava has no suffering of himself. A Vaishnava suffering is only the suffering of others. We are all souls. In that sense, we are all equal. We are all part and parcels of Krishna. But those souls who are in forgetfulness of this identity as part and parcel servants of Krishna, they are the ones who are suffering. They are all our brothers and sisters. So the mood of a Vaishnava is when he sees a non-devotee, a person who is absorbed in sense gratification in material world, he develops so much compassion and pity. And he says, oh, here is a trapped soul. I want to free and take him back to Godhead. So this is the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, right? This is the mood of Vasudeva Datta. We saw in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vasudeva Datta said, let the sins of all the souls come on me. I will go to hell eternally because I am an insignificant soul. I am willing to suffer eternally. But let everyone be liberated and send them back home, back to God. He prayed like that to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wept to see such a pure heart. Actually, the whole play of this world is God wants to see all of us completely purified of this contamination of selfishness. What is selfishness? Bodily identification that creates our selfishness. So this identification, when it is completely moved, when you get your spirit consciousness, then we manifest the qualities of Krishna. And that is what Krishna wants to see in us. So what Krishna wants to see in us is his own qualities. He will relish. Like a honeybee goes from flower to flower to enjoy the nectar in each flower. The wonderful qualities that will manifest in a pure soul, Krishna comes to taste that. And different qualities manifest at different times, and Krishna enjoys that. But actually, these qualities belong to Krishna only. In a contaminated heart, they don't manifest. But in a pure heart, they manifest. And Krishna, like a honeybee, he comes to enjoy the nectar from the heart. So when he saw Vasudeva Datta pleading like that, he cried to see that quality of compassion. Similarly, when Rupa Sanatana Goswami came and surrendered at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramkheli, saying, oh Lord, we are such insignificant souls. We were born in sin. We are serving under sinful masters, but we are hoping that you will give us your mercy, even though we are not qualified. Again, Mahaprabhu cried in ecstasy. Why? He tasted humility in these people, complete humility. They were actually pure souls, but they were pleading that we are so sinful, fallen souls. To see that humility, Mahaprabhu cried. So we have to understand, when the soul becomes pure, it begins to reflect the wonderful qualities of the Supreme Lord. So that is the purpose. Prabhupada came to Vrindavan to distribute this Krishna consciousness to the world. So going to Vrindavan at the age of 60, the purpose is different between Srila Prabhupada and other retired people who go to Vrindavan. So from Mathura Junction, Prabhupada takes a Tonga, and then he eventually reaches Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, it's a very familiar place for him. Not only in this lifetime, he has come from Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan only. So for him, Vrindavan is home. The birds and the bees and the flowers and the plants and everything, the river, everything makes Prabhupada so happy to be back home. He could have actually remain there in Mathura only or Vrindavan only. But no, that's not his purpose. Yeah. So that we will see now. So in Vrindavan, he moved straight away to Kesi Ghat. In Kesi Ghat, Ghat means, the river bank where people will go and take bath, right? And that is on the Yamuna river bank. Kesi Ghat is the place where Krishna killed the Kesi demon who came in the form of a horse. Krishna killed her. So that place is called Kesi Ghat. There is one temple of Krishna called Vamsi Gopal temple. In that Vamsi Gopal temple, Srila Prabhupada rented a room on the terrace. It was a 3-storied building. The 3rd floor is only open terrace and there is one room. And there Prabhupada lived for 5 rupees rent per month. And the head pujari of the temple was very pleased because he knew Prabhupada for a long time. Every visit, Prabhupada has been going there. Prabhupada likes this Vamsi Gopalji temple room because from his room, he can see the flowing Yamuna and the various temples, Goswami temples. You could see from there. So he liked the location. Now, what did Prabhupada do here? Every day in Vrindavan, the bells start clinging at 4 o'clock. So people wake up very early in Vrindavan. From 4 o'clock, the temples start opening, Mangalarati starts happening. But Prabhupada wakes up much before Vrindavan wakes up. And what does he do? He starts writing in a notebook. What is he writing? He is writing articles for Back to Godhead magazine. So we have been hearing from 1944, Prabhupada started publishing Back to Godhead magazines, periodical. So he needs articles, he writes. Actually, he could not publish them because he was not getting paper to print. Either paper was not available or money was not available. He could not print. But he was going on writing all these articles. And again, I remind you, these articles are not all purely spiritual articles. No, they are articles that connect material problems with spiritual solutions so that it will appeal to man. Mankind, in this age of Kali, we are all suffering from so many material problems which are preventing us from taking a spiritual path in our life because they are so much bogged down by material problems. And we think we must solve our material problem with material solutions. When they are all solved, then we will take to the spiritual path. Correct? This is our thinking. Material problems need material solutions, and usually material solution means money. And for money, I have to work, I have to earn, I have to invest. That makes us busy. So it's like firefighting. We are busy with that, and we think when the fire is completely put out, then we look at other things. But material fire keeps on burning more and more. We try to put it out, again it burns more. So this is what we are doing. So Prabhupada's articles showed that don't worry, you can apply spiritual solutions to material problems. And actually, that is the only way you can solve these problems. You cannot solve material problems with material solutions. They will create bigger problems. So Prabhupada is writing articles in a notebook by hand. He's so early before Vrindavan wakes up. Vrindavan wakes up early. He wakes up early and he's writing. And then what does he do? He distributes Back to Godhead, whatever magazines he has got, in Vrindavan town. Yeah. In Vrindavan, he will try to talk to people, again distribute. There will be visitors, he will give Back to Godhead to them. And he would also go to the Goswami temples. In the Goswami temple, especially in Radharaman temple, they were highly educated pujaris. So he would discuss this Krishna consciousness with them and he would give these magazines to them. And then he would go out to the temples, the Goswami temples and major temples of Vrindavan. He would visit along with his business of distributing Back to Godhead magazines. By 11 o'clock, he would return to Vamsi Gopal temple with some vegetables and all to start his cooking. His cooking starts up to 11, nothing. 11 after he starts his cooking. in a 3-tier cooker, in a brass cooker. Some of you might have seen it when you went to Vrindavan or Mayapur, in the museum of articles used by Prabhupada. In the 3-tier cooker, he would cook simultaneously rice, dal, and some sabji one time. And that was his only meal for the day. Many times he would not cook at all. Then what is available in the temple prasadam, he will take one meal only. Evening, he would either take some fruit or milk. That's all for the day. This was the habit for a long time. And then, again, afternoon, he would take a small nap and write. And evening, again, he would go out, visit the temples and all, and then come back to rest. All these visits, he would be preaching only. Preaching. Meet people, preach them. Meet people, preach them. That was going on all the time. And he was not always staying in Vrindavan. He would regularly go to Delhi. And because he has no place of stay in Delhi, he would come back from Delhi also, same day, either by train or by buses. Imagine, this was happening in the 50s. The roads were terrible. And it is about 120-kilometer distance. And Prabhupada would travel back and forth in same day, go from Vrindavan to Delhi and come back. And in Vrindavan, what was his business? Again, printing back to Godhead, distributing back to Godhead, raising donations for printing BTG. Either they will take 1-year subscription, or he would sell a lifetime subscription, or he will directly solicit donations for printing the magazine. Some people would help, and that way he continued another 12 BTGs by doing this method. Eventually, he ran out of money. No more printing was possible. Now he's back in Vrindavan. But this effort of going to Delhi to cultivate wealthy people to continue printing back to Godhead magazines and preaching, that was continuing. And how does Prabhupada write when he writes? No flattery. Chopping technique. So this he learned from his guru. His guru told him, never flatter people. Tell the truth as it is. You will develop a lot of enemies, but no problem. You are the well-wisher of every soul. So you have to speak the truth openly, freely. There is no hiding and using some flowery language to praise a wealthy man, to praise a powerful man so that they will support you. No need. We are supported by Krishna and by our pure consciousness. So no flattery, and Prabhupada used to call it chopping technique. Even today, we have so many articles of Prabhupada. Some of them are quoted here in our Prabhupada Lilamrt. Very, very powerful articles, very uncompromising articles, Prabhupada. In this time, Acharya Prabhakar came to Vrindavan to be back with Prabhupada. Does anyone recollect who is this Prabhakar? Can you tell me? Prabhakar, who is this Prabhakar? We have met him before in some other place. No one? Okay. This Prabhakar is from Jhansi. You remember Prabhupada went to Jhansi in the early 50s, 51, 52, like that. He tried to set up a league of devotees in a building called Radha Memorial. He hired that building, and that time, this Prabhakar was very close to Prabhupada. He stayed with Prabhupada in that same building. They used to cook together and eat prasadam together. And Prabhakar was 26 years old, and Prabhupada was 56 years old. 26 and 56. Prabhakar was a Sanskrit Pandit, and he was running a Sanskrit college. He was the principal. And Prabhakar developed a lot of respect towards Prabhupada. And together they used to go from village to village and do preaching. Prabhakar supported him. And he became the first initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada from Jhansi. That Prabhakar, ultimately, Prabhupada's efforts to start the League of Devotees failed. This Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, the Munshi, who was the governor of Uttar Pradesh, his wife wanted that building for a ladies' club, Mahila wing, something like that. So Prabhupada had to leave Jhansi. At the time, he left Prabhakar also. But Prabhakar kept in touch. And eventually, Prabhakar took a job under Munshi in Bombay, in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And Prabhakar called Prabhupada, please come to Bombay. You will have preaching opportunities and Munshi will also help you. So again from Vrindavan, Prabhupada went to Bombay. He met Munshi. Munshi liked him and he gave him a job as honorary professor of Bhagavad Gita in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan College. So Prabhupada joined there. He started giving classes on Bhagavad Gita, etc. But then he found Munshi's thinking is different. He is thinking about the culture of India, Vedic culture of India. He has a lot of respect for the traditional Vedic culture of India. But his understanding of Krishna and Gita is very poor. He thinks God as impersonal. He doesn't have a faith in a personal God. So when Prabhupada found that this man is not sharing the same views, Prabhupada gave up that job also. Gave up in the sense, he returned to Vrindavan. Twice Prabhupada went to Bombay. One time he spoke in some public meetings. A lot of appreciation was there, but no support. Prabhupada's one aim is that somebody should support him to go to the West and somebody should support him to print Back to Godhead magazine. These two things were his main focus. But when help was not coming, Prabhupada returned. So trying to revive the League of Devotees failed. And Prabhakar came to Vrindavan. For a few days, they made some plans. Again, Prabhakar went back to Bombay. I am saying all these things, it is again and again coming in this book because you see, Prabhupada never gives up hope. And also, Prabhupada never writes off anybody. In the process, Prabhupada is helping the individual to grow in Krishna consciousness simultaneously. Prabhupada is not interested in some project, please understand. Prabhupada is interested in people all the time. Projects are meant for people, not that projects at the cost of people. So anyone Prabhupada meets, he is first trying to give them Krishna consciousness and then trying to take some help for his mission of going to the West. We should realize that Prabhupada is not waiting to do something at a future date. Right now, Prabhupada is doing the same work, but he wants to expand the scale globally. What he's doing to one man, Prabhupada feels it should be done to the whole world. For that purpose, he is raising money. So we should not think Prabhupada's mission starts only after he goes to America. Till that time, he is planning that. No. Prabhupada is constantly touching the lives of people and transforming them. But simultaneously, he wants to expand the scale of the operation. So Prabhupada made more visits to Kanpur and other cities, seeking large donations. So Vamsi Gopal temple, where the Mahant is living there, he is surprised. He is asking Prabhupada, hey, you are an old man, you are a single man, you are a retired man. I thought you came here to die. Lead your retired life and die in Vrindavan. But you are going out every time. So if you die outside Vrindavan, what will happen? Your life's mission will be frustrated. If you die in Vrindavan, you are guaranteed back to Godhead. But what if you travel out and you die outside? Nobody wants to travel out of Vrindavan. Why you are going? So Prabhupada said, this is my mission. This is my duty to my spiritual master. And this is my mission on this planet. So he was surprised, this man. Okay. Then Prabhupada was keeping meticulous accounts. You see the multidimensional personality of Prabhupada. Even though he's completely surrendered to Krishna, he's very meticulous in keeping accounts. His income is very little. His income is from selling back to Godhead. How much money he will have? But even that income and expenditure, he would write accounts. His disciples later on recovered all his diaries, and they found in the 1950s, Prabhupada was maintaining diary when there was no income also. And they found his expenditure mostly buying milk, buying vegetable, buying charcoal for his stove. And the biggest item of expenditure was postage. Can anyone explain why postage?
To send letters to various political leaders or
Yes, one of them, correct. To send letters, he wrote many times to Mahatma Gandhi. He wrote to Rajendra Prasad and Jawaharlal Nehru and all these people. But he was also sending back
Sending to
magazine.
Godhead website.
Abroad.
Yes.
He was sending,
Yes, Prabhuji. To different places.
yeah,
To
so many universities and all. So the postage is high. He was spending money like that. So his first priority is his preaching mission. His last priority is his own maintenance. So this is what we see here. So his biggest item of expenditure was his postage. they got this information from by looking at his diaries. Okay. Then you remember Prabhupada used to get dreams very often. What kind of dream? Anyone?
Print books, Prabhuji.
Sorry?
Print books and preaching.
No.
his guru, Prabhuji.
Yes. And what would happen when his guru came?
It says, follow me, something like that, Prabhuji, I remember.
Correct, correct. Every time the guru will tell, take sannyas, take sannyas. So this time also he was now he is in Vrindavan, all alone, free from his family, complete vanaprastha. And again his guru telling him, follow me. Follow me means take sannyas. Take sannyas. That message came. And Prabhupada was taking it seriously. Yes, maybe this is the message that my guru was always trying to tell me, that when I take sannyas, I can go to the West and preach. And preach. So Prabhupada was now becoming ready to take sannyas. So during this time, Prabhupada wrote some amazing poetry. I would like to read it out for you. Yeah, there's so much I would like to read out directly from here because our time would not permit us. Please allow me to read out just a few things from here, from some of the poetry. Prabhupada wrote Ashtakam called Viraha Ashtakam for his guru, spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. In this Viraha Ashtaka, he writes like this. Srila Prabhupada means his guru. Srila Prabhupada, you are always compassionate towards the suffering jiva souls. On this occasion of your separation, he is remembering his guru. On this occasion of your separation, I see only dejection. In frustration, Prabhupada. Frustration is what? For other souls. There is no frustration for Prabhupada. Please understand, when Prabhupada says dejection, it means, oh, I am still unable to help all these suffering souls. That is a dejection. I am not seeing the souls willing to accept the message of Krishna. That is a dejection. An unlimited ocean of mercy, cutting an illusion. Nityananda distributed an ocean of flood of love of God. He's saying Nityananda Prabhu was once distributing love of God freely to everyone. Nityananda Prabhu, who was with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the incarnation of Balramji. So Prabhupada is recollecting. 500 years ago, Nityananda Prabhu was distributing Krishna Prema freely. The Jati Goshai stopped the stream, but coming yourself, Lord, you revealed this illusion. So Jati Gosai means to say that only Brahmanas are entitled to the spiritual literature. Non-Brahmanas, they should only hear from the Brahmanas. They should only follow the Brahmanas. They have no access. So Nityananda Prabhu's mercy was blocked by the Jati Gosai. Right? But coming yourself, Lord, you revealed this illusion. But Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur again said, Brahmana is not by birth, Brahmana is not by simply you cannot claim, I am born in a Brahmana caste, so I am Brahmana and I have all these rights. No. A Brahmana is by qualification only. And what is this qualification? You lead a simple life and high thinking. Your aim is to master the scriptures and live your life according to scriptures and to teach others. Learning the scriptures and teaching the scriptures is the life of a Brahmana. And he only lives by begging. Only by begging. No working, no business, nothing. Begging. As a beggar, you become independent. Is it amazing? A beggar is independent. You give or not give, no problem. I'll beg. You give, not give. Your freedom. And I am free to beg. So, as a beggar, one becomes completely free. So, in that mood, a Brahmana begs and he uses what is necessary for the day and use in charity whatever is left. He doesn't keep for tomorrow. So, Brahmana is always giving, not keeping for tomorrow. This is another quality of a Brahmana. And then he performs Vedic sacrifices. When anybody wants, please perform a sacrifice for me, they will assist that person to perform that sacrifice. This is the way a Brahmana lives, not by birth. It is all by qualification. So, but these people were blocking that. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur re-established that everyone is qualified to read and understand the scriptures, provided they accept a guru in the Parampara system. You should learn scriptures from guru in Parampara system, and then you are qualified to become a Brahmana and a Vaishnava. Nothing can stop you. So this is the message. So let me continue here. So once again, everyone was immersed in the flood of love, even one so fallen, insignificant, and sinful as I am. On the strength of Lord Chaitanya's order, you sent all your servants door to door as gurus. He is glorifying his spiritual master. You sent all your disciples to door to preach, and you were distributing the mercy of Mahaprabhu. There was preaching everywhere, from the sea to the Himalayas. So throughout India, preaching was going on when you were alive. Now, in your absence, everything is darkness. O Srila Prabhupada, you are always compassionate towards the suffering Jiva souls. On this occasion of your separation, I see only dejection. In the same way that Advaita Acharya brought Lord Gaura, so did Bhaktivinoda pray. He is telling, Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed to Jagannath to send him help. As a result, Jagannath sent Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati as his son. So he is saying, his enthusiasm brought you. On the strength of his enthusiasm, you came and made everyone understand that India is a holy land. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's contribution was that he made everyone understand that India is not something like Western world. India is a holy land. He made everyone understand India is a holy land. And what did he do? One who takes birth in the land of Bharata must make his own life perfect and then preach to others. So when we have taken birth here in Bharat, we have to do two things. One, we have to make our life perfect. That's number one. How? By mastering the scriptures from the Guru in the Parampara and practicing in our life, we make our life perfect. Then what we have to do? We have to preach to others. That means we have to also help others to connect to the Parampara. We should connect as many people as possible to the Parampara and help them to become perfect. So this is what Prabhupada is saying. This Mahamantra message you preached everywhere. You distributed Mahamantra everywhere. Now in your absence, Lord, everything is darkness. Now in the absence of his Guru, he is feeling everything is dark. Your ocean of compassion has again been stopped. Again your ocean of compassion stopped. Why? Because Gaudiya Mat is broken up. This spear of great misery has cut through my heart. My heart is being, like a spear. It is breaking my heart to see that your mission is now stopped because of infighting within Gaudiya Mat. Without Lord Chaitanya's message, there is just confusion. So please understand, in this material world, either there is confusion or you distribute Chaitanya's message to remove the confusion. As long as Chaitanya's message is not distributed, this world is only a confused world. There is no clarity anywhere. Seeing this, all the Vaishnavas feel pangs of separation. So all the Vaishnavas are feeling separation from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. The conditioned souls are all in darkness once again. Oh, because you have left, now all the conditioned souls are in darkness. They are searching for peace, but are dying in an ocean of anxiety. Everybody looking for peace, but they are not getting. Oh, Srila Prabhupada, you are always compassionate towards the suffering jivas. On this occasion of your separation, I see only dejection, like this. Prabhupada is praying like that to his Guru. In another song he wrote, Vrindavan Bhajan. That is an amazing song also. There he writes, I am now sitting alone. I am now separated from my family. My wife, my children, my grandchildren, they are all gone. Simply I have a list of names. Because I have become poor, all my money is gone. Now there is no one with me. I am now sitting alone here in Vrindavan, and I am thinking about your mercy. That you have taken away everything from me is actually your mercy. All these material attachments are actually a burden on the soul. And by taking away all these things, you have given me your mercy. And Prabhupada is recollecting the shloka, Yasyaha Managrikhnami Harishetad Dhanam Sanai. Krishna says, when I want to give my special mercy to my pure devotee, I take away all things material from him. So Prabhupada says, you have also given me the understanding that this is not a suffering, this is actually bliss, to become free from all these attachments. And Prabhupada says, everyone has abandoned me, seeing me penniless, wife, relatives, friends, brothers, everyone. This is misery, but it gives me a laugh. I sit alone and laugh. In this Maya samsara, whom do I really love? This samsara, this material world is actually Maya. Whom do I really love? Where have my loving father and mother gone now? And where are all my elders who are my own folk? Who will give me news about them? Tell me who. All that is left of this family life is a list of names. List of names. Like that, he wrote. And then he said, in this material world, everything is only illusion. But we are all connected on a spiritual platform. We are all souls. We are all children of Krishna. So we are all brothers and sisters. But this universal brotherhood can be realized only when we know we have a common father. Our common father, Krishna. When we realize, then there will be universal brotherhood. So without knowing the father, you cannot establish a brotherhood. This is what Prabhupada says. Does it make sense? Prabhupada says, Krishna says, Aham bija pratapita. I am the giver of the seed. So I am the father of everyone. So, but when we realize that, then we can have true brotherhood in this world. So only spirituality can bring universal brotherhood. Prabhupada is writing that. Forgetting Krishna, the jiva desires sense gratification. When seen in relation to Krishna, they are all in harmony. So this is another song. There are so many other things I would like to share with you maybe in future classes. So now, after the Guru appeared in his dream, Prabhupada decided to go to his god brother, Sannyasi, to take sannyas. So he first went to Tirtha Maharaj in Mayapur. He was the top leader in Gaudiya Mutt at that time. So Prabhupada had no intention of starting a separate movement and becoming a leader. Prabhupada always wanted to be a servant in Gaudiya Mutt. He was very happy to be a servant. Today, he is the leader of ISKCON because he had no choice. Not that he wanted, oh, I have worked so hard, so I must be recognized as the Acharya, as the founder, as the leader. No. So you see, at this stage, when Prabhupada is about 63 years old, he is still thinking of working under his spiritual brother. Right? So he goes to Tirtha Maharaj, who is a sannyasi disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. he is having a mutt in Mayapur, which is the biggest mutt in the Gaudiya Mutt, called Chaitanya Gaudiya Mutt. He requests Tirtha Maharaj to give him sannyas. He is requesting him, please make me a sannyasi and send me to the Western world. There I want to speak in English because this is the instruction of the spiritual master. Secondly, I have written so many articles, I want to print them as books. Please help me to print my books. These are his two requests. Help me to print books, help me to travel to the West. Tirtha Maharaj wrote back saying, it is very good that you are realizing that we are the true Gaudiya Mutt. Please come and join with us. And at the appropriate time, we will give you Sannyas Diksha. And you can assist in all our activities here. When there are so many people who may be willing to go to the West, so we will see who is most suitable. And if you are suitable, we will send them in due course of time. But right now, preaching is happening through television. There is not much need to go like that he wrote. And as regards printing the books, he said, we are now eager to print the books of Goswamis. There are hundreds of Goswami literature which are not yet printed. After we have printed all that, then we will look at your writings, and if it is approved by the editorial board, we will have them printed in the order of priority. So Prabhupada became very disappointed. He realized that Chaitanya Gaudiya Mutt cannot support him. Then he went to another Maharaj called Keshava Maharaj in another Gaudiya Mutt in Mathura. Keshava Maharaj was very enthusiastic because he knew Srila Prabhupada for a long, long time. So he said, yes, you should take sannyas. And yes, as a sannyasi, you'll be able to preach very effectively. And you can go to the West. Like that, he encouraged him. So Prabhupada took sannyas under his god brother, Keshav Maharaj, in September 17, 1959. Prabhupada took sannyas. Nothing changed except the color of his dress. He started wearing saffron because Prabhupada, always he was a very detached person. Sannyas means renunciation. Prabhupada was always renounced. And Vaishnava sannyas means giving mercy to others by distributing knowledge. Prabhupada was always doing that. Prabhupada's only mission was to distribute this knowledge to others in a selfless way. So for all practical purposes, he was a sannyasi. But now he also took saffron clothes and a tridanda. Tridanda means body, mind, and words. All three surrendered to the Lord. Our body, mind, soul, everything surrendered. That tridandi, everything in the service of the Lord, like that. And now, after taking sannyas in Mathura, he returned to Vrindavan, planning what to do. But now his determination was stronger than ever that I should now go to West. The time has come. I have become a sannyasi. I have become completely free from everything. Now is the time for me to go to the West. And now he went to Delhi again, continuing to find sponsors to go to America and to print his book. Right? So he goes to Delhi. And there he goes to a place called Chippiwada. And there he takes a room in Radha Krishna temple. This I missed one slide here. Then he gets an invitation from Radha Damodar temple to take rooms there also on rent. And Prabhupada became very happy because this Radha Damodar temple is very special. This is the place of Jiva Goswami's temple. The Radha Damodar was worshipped by Jiva Goswami, who is one of the 6 Goswamis. And also Rupa Goswami, who is the leader of all Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees. His Samadhi Mandir is there in the temple complex. Also his Bhajan Kutir is there. So Prabhupada felt I should stay directly under the eyes of Rupa Goswami. So he very much wanted to move there. And also, that place was frequented by all the 6 Goswamis because everybody would come to Jiva Goswami's place and they would discuss. What they would discuss? Krishna Katha and how to distribute Krishna Katha. Because you will know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission itself is to distribute Krishna consciousness to the whole world. 500 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came only to distribute Krishna Katha to the world. And now 500 years later, Srila Prabhupada is realizing that desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that he was very eager to go to Radha Dama temple. They gave him 2 rooms. The 2 rooms were in bad state. So Prabhupada said, please repair them and then I will take those rooms. I promise you, these 2 rooms I will take. And that time, some people told Prabhupada, please don't write magazines because people will read and throw. Any magazine is thrown away. So all your precious writings will be lost. So better you start writing books. So Prabhupada started writing Srimad Bhagavatam translation, Shloka, word to word translation, then full translation and detailed purports. These purports of Prabhupada connect the scripture to the contemporary world. Material problem, spiritual solution. In that way, Prabhupada has written his books. So he started writing Srimad Bhagavatam. He continued to make visits to Delhi, and now he went to a place called Chipiwada in Old Delhi. There is a Radha Krishna temple. There also he took one room. So sometimes he would sit in Delhi and write. Sometimes he would be in Vrindavan and write. But writing would never stop. Wherever he goes, writing will continue. Hundreds and hundreds of pages of manuscript is accumulating, but no money for printing. But writing never stops. And he is continuing to meet VIPs for 2 reasons. One, to get substantial sponsorship for printing, and also to send him to West for traveling to the West. He was making continuous attempts. Up to now, people were appreciating, encouraging, but no concrete help was coming. So this is the situation at that time. And now in this picture, you see an ISKCON temple, which is now there in Chipiwada. Prabhupada stayed in a small room in Radhakrishna temple in Chipiwada. Now in the same place, there is a huge ISKCON temple that has come up by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. This temple is now standing in Chipiwada. See, the desire of a pure devotee, it is always realized. There is a desire of a Krishna is instantly fulfilled. We call him Satya Sankalpa. Krishna, whatever he desires, is instantly fulfilled. Similarly, anything desired by a pure devotee, Krishna will make it happen. So Chipiwada, now there is a big temple. In a similar way, one time, Prabhupada was in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan College in Bombay. He was giving a class, a lecture. At the end of the lecture, he was coming down the steps. At that time, he pointed his walking stick to a particular direction. This is a very posh locality and we should have a temple here. Prabhupada said this in 1971. 1971, Prabhupada said, we want a temple here. And the temple has manifested exactly in the same place. So that disciple of Srila Prabhupada by name Shyamsundar Prabhu, he visited this temple in Bombay called Chaupati Radha Gopinath Temple. And in the temple, he said, how amazing the desire of a pure devotee. That day he told from the steps of Radha Gopinath, from the steps of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, that a temple should come here. And the temple is standing here today. And it is attracting thousands and thousands of people to come to the temple and take to Krishna consciousness. So this is the power of a pure devotee. And we are all extremely fortunate to be connected to ISKCON, which is, according to Prabhupada, his own body. Prabhupada said, ISKCON is my body. ISKCON is my body. And Prabhupada said, never leave ISKCON. Just by staying connected to ISKCON, you will go back home, back to God. Never leave ISKCON means keep the principles and teachings of ISKCON in your heart and practice them. Then you will go back home, back to God. This is assurance from Srila Prabhupada. So thank you very much. We come to the end of today's session. So if anyone has any questions or comments, please can speak.
Prabhuji, where is Chippivada?
Chippivada is in Old Delhi. Old Delhi. Let me try to give you little more directions from here. Chippivada. From the intensely busy Chandni Chowk, Bhaktivedanta Swami would take the short walk to Chippivada, past the Red Fort, keeping the Gauri Shankar temple on his left, then proceeding along a side street past the large imposing Jama mosque. You got it?
Prabhuji, that is is it Krishna? That is Krishna's temple, but I've never come to know that it is ISKCON's temple. Yeah, I
No,
visited
no.
that.
No, that
Ah.
was a Krishna temple. But now,
Yeah.
now what ISKCON has built is a different temple. That is ISKCON temple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prabhupada,
That Gauri Shankar.
his temple must have come up very recently.
Okay.
But we are talking about Prabhupada staying there in the 50s in the Ramakrishna temple. That was a small temple. I don't know whether
Yes.
the temple still exists. I have not visited the Chippiwada temple also. I just took it from the internet, So here Chippiwada, the streets would become narrow. Chippiwada had been a Muslim neighborhood until the India-Pakistan partition of 1947, when thousands of Punjabi Hindus had settled there. So there was a partition time. So Hindu, Muslim. So much details, this book will give you. Anything you want to explore a little detail, everything is there in this. Thank you. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय. Srila Prabhupada की जय. And by the way, tomorrow is the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada's Guru, His Holiness Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami. He is our Parampara Guru. He is the Guru of Srila Prabhupada. So that is his disappearance day. You can go to the YouTube and try to listen to Srila Prabhupada's offerings on the Vyas Puja day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. It is available. It's an amazing class that Srila Prabhupada gave. In that class, Prabhupada would cry, being unable to bear the separation of his Guru. And Prabhupada said, I never feel any separation from my Guru even for a moment, because I have accepted his instructions in my heart. And because I am living his instructions, I feel the presence of my Guru at all times. And this is the way we should also connect to our Guru. By accepting the instructions in our heart. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. There should be no other desire except to execute the instruction of the spiritual master. So that is the way we really connect with our spiritual master. Hare Krishna. So let us all remember the parampara, and especially Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on this auspicious day of his disappearance, that is tomorrow. He passed away in 1936, December 31. That means about 90 years, about 87 years. 87 disappearance. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada, that was
Thank you so much.
amazing.